This school. Uh, Sorry, I couldn't even remember the day. On Wednesday, the 12th of October 2022. Um, I'm trying to think what has happened because it's um at break. I went to finish some work and then print it off at the library. And I opened up Safari because I need to use Safari for the homework. And all my tabs have disappeared. Just like I don't even remember what I had in the tabs. I know I had like political compass, on on the iPad right now. Political Compass, Disney Plus, Netflix, Skullduggery Pleasant, Book Series, and Order.com. My School, and some other things. One things I have here now are My School, Skullduggery, Netflix, Disney, and Political Compass. Oh, I also had a anime website and a website for the Black Lagoon. I tried to find that website for Black Lagoon. Lagoon. Can't find it anymore. Anyway, in period 4, and I'm going to bring up the school's website for this. Well, on my iPad, I'll just read it what they have to say because I know that they posted something about it. But at period 4 was my prefect time. Oh, something I forgot to mention. I have been kicked out of UCAS. I'm no longer doing all that because I don't have the time to do it. Anyway. So, anyway, period 4, prefect time, went to the library. It's like, Dylan, can you laminate these things? I'll read what it says on the website. Black History Month in the library. Our fabulous library has a brilliant display celebrating Black History Month. It includes both fiction and non-fiction books. Oh, my tongue isn't necessarily clicking, but I do feel like I'm actually going to start slabbering. Like, literally just drooling from speaking today. I don't know why. Excuse me. Please come and browse the fantastic novels, as well as books on sporting heroes, musical heritage, science, and much more. Oh, that's it. Wow. Yeah, so printed out a bunch of stuff like got quotes from Michelle Obama, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, some other people I don't recognize, and just I think the history classes, instead of actually doing the I was about to swear that, instead of actually doing the content, they're learning about this. And the problem with having a lesson on Black history is that you don't really have the time to do it. So you shouldn't. Yes, because 2 years ago in America, a guy died of a fentanyl overdose. That you can't take me down for that. You don't know who I'm talking about. I could be talking to anyone. But it's just the fact that I have to do this as part of my prefect role. I think that's it. Yeah, that'll be it. This Twitter as of 13 to 7 p.m. Sony's told the UK regulator COD players are likely to switch to Xbox. Sorry, I'm shifting myself in the chair. So, I can't believe that. COD players just can't stop playing COD so much to the point where they'll just completely switch console even though it's going to stay on PlayStation. Why? Just for God's sake, don't waste your money. Stay on PlayStation. You still get to play your crappy CODs. You're saving your money. You get to play the superior PlayStation exclusives, and I do mean that with no irony whatsoever. We've got Halo. Okay, you've got Halo. We've got Uncharted, The Last of Us, Jak and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot, and I get that some of these have been remade on Xbox, but just go up here. Spider-Man, Detroit Become Human. So what, you have Halo? I don't really like Halo except for Infinite. And you have Gears of War. That still doesn't beat out the PlayStation exclusives. I'm going to assume the IRA is trending just because there was an explosion at like a gas station somewhere in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, and like 7 people have died. I think seven or 10 people, and we don't know if it was an accident or it could. Maybe it's the IRA. I don't know. Hey Mark, how do you recommend Mad Lads? Incessantly spamming at me for weeks on every single platform until I refuse to do it, purely out of spite. So the game plan is to spam every possible Mad Lad except the one we want, so they win by spiteful default. Got it. No, this isn't how you're supposed to play the game. Mark chat with Hotep Jesus. Let's dive into. Sorry, I'm shifting again. Let's dive into communism, Scottish National Party, and UK politics with Mark. It's gonna be so wild when Elon buys this place. Not really. Pfizer admits corona vaccine never tested for transmission prevention. Trust the science. Oh, come on. Tweet was deleted by tweet offer. Well, just not let Twitter on the App Store if he tries to let Trump back on. The web app still works. Excuse my stomach. The architects are always occupied with everything except architecture, that they should somehow solve the climate crisis. So we build these green buildings. We put grass on the roof or something similar like that. But the biggest contribution to CO2 emissions of a building is when it's built. So the classical way of building is more ecological than the modernist way, because buildings last for hundreds of years and thousands of years. They don't last for 30 years, torn down, and then you build a new building. But the modernists think that, an ecological building is one that is built in ecological materials. That's totally falsehood. A building is ecological when people want to preserve it. And we don't want to preserve ugly buildings. We tear them down. The architects are always occupied with everything. Good morning, everyone, except modern architects. When architecture exists to reinforce regime narratives, it's almost always ugly as hell. I think it's more like just the people they're building them for. Let's do this thing that we think looks cool but really isn't. Like a building made entirely out of glass, which I'm pretty sure exists in somewhere. London, I think. New podcast episode is up. Orthodox priest, father, person, joins me to discuss the true purpose behind the UFO phenomenon and the church's position that it represents demonic manifestation. My problem with cancel culture is that you never get cancelled for being corrupt, for not being able to build a train, or for starting wars. You only get in trouble for bad words. Kanye in his worst day doesn't even approach the level of David Frum. They all have lost the plot. Montgomery County Public Schools saw a 582% increase in reported gender non-conforming students in 2 years. There's a clear explosion of gender-confused children year over year. Sudden 582% increase in children born this way, all genetic, nothing to criticize, nothing to see here. Certainly no large-scale effort to alter the sexual awareness of minors. Contrary to the popular belief, I'm not missing. We'll be going live in a moment from the floor. Now, I got a notification on my phone from Gamer from Mars. They uploaded a video about TwitchCon this year, and Hassan was in the thumbnail, and also the thumbnail said multiple injuries. That's gone. So I haven't seen you yet because I'm busy with Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, but I'll let you know. You can run, but you can't hide. PayPal released a press release and walked back off its threat to fine people $2,500 for disinformation, but it still fines people $2,500 for discriminatory and intolerance. This is the page line is live and the policy is active. They knew the entire time. Since PayPal thanks groups that oppose pushing puberty bloggers and other drugs on the children as hate, how in any way have they dropped this policy? They're still threatening to fine you for your opinions. So it turns out get vaccinated to save other people's hearts. I think you all owe a lot of people an apology. Sorry, he thinks he... Right. I genuinely thought I could trust the experts. I'm very disappointed to have been hoodwinked by the propaganda of 2020. Many such cases, few apologies though. Official statistics released in Spain show that foreigners account for over 52% of rape convictions, despite representing just over 11% of the population. PayPal stock price since the platform and misinformation scandal. Biden declared that he is proud of his son when asked by CNN's Jake Tapper about the potential of criminal charges being brought against him by federal prosecutors. Pfizer executive said on Monday that neither she nor other Pfizer officials knew whether its vaccine would stop transmission, despite this being the basis of global vaccine policy and coercion. Think small, Amazon has tiny opens. Jesus. I have a tiny room. And even my room is bigger than that house. That's no way to live. End of individual car ownership by 2030. Tiny homes for us, mansions for them, ride sharing for us, private jets for them. Plant-based trash foods for us, the finest caviar, steaks, and whiskey for them. Car crash interview with CNN's Jake Tapper Tuesday. Biden stammered and stuttered, often speaking absolute gibberish, and dropped the cheat cards his handlers had given him, while declaring there is no recession in the US. A new study by researchers in Ireland has concluded that babies born during lockdown were less likely to be able to speak before their first birthday than children born previously.